believe that the home price, the median home price in the United States has actually cratered 99% in 8 years. Now, some of you are looking at me and going, what the heck is Zuber talking about? Home prices are up. Actually, folks, if you change the variable from dollars, fiat currency, to Bitcoin, you'll actually see that at least in the price of Bitcoin, the median home price in the United States has fallen 99%. Folks, here are the numbers. In 2016, the median home price was $288,000. In 2016, it would take 664 Bitcoin to buy the median home price. In 2020, 4 short years later, the median home price was up 40 grand to 328,000. It would take 45 Bitcoin to buy the median home price. And finally, in 2024, with the median home price all the way up to $434,000, it now takes 6 Bitcoin to buy the median home price. I saw this text on Twitter or X, and I just thought it was very interesting to look at the housing market from a different, unique perspective. In fact, I do wonder why more crash bros or doomers haven't started to tell us that home prices are down 99%. Because again, in 2016, it took 664 Bitcoin. Today, it takes 6. So it's a 99% crash. Anyways, I thought that was interesting. Just change your orientation. But again, if you go back to dollars, the median home price went from $288,000 to $434,000 in 8 short years. And you wonder why I think the next 5 years are going to be flat. We got a lot of appreciation in dollars the last 8 years, and that's not normal. We need home prices just to flatten out for a little while. Let affordability get fixed slowly. All right, let's talk about mortgage demand, folks. Wow, we called a refi boom, 6, 8, 12 weeks ago. I thought it would last until early January, and it may still. Last week, mortgage demand down 6%. 17% week on week. That is the weekly mortgage demand tanked. Rates matter. Rates matter. You heard me talk to Convoy, Matt the Mortgage Guy, Stephen Dow, about mortgages. And when rates shoot up 0.5%, 60 basis points, it is going to impact demand. And this is just further validation that the magic number for the market to heal itself is 6%. We got as low as, I believe, 6.11. It's now 6 range. It's a blow off top, and we are coming in. But yes, mortgage demand was down big. The theme for all banks: beat top line, beat bottom line. Everything seems to be going well for the big banks. We're going to start to look at the next tier of banks going forward. But yeah, that's where we need to watch, is the commercial banks, the small community banks. That's where I think the Fed will be. Got an interesting report from the new. I want to ask my viewers this question. Here's the question, and then I'll give you the numbers from the New York Fed. Ask yourself this question. Are you better off or worse off today than you were 4 years ago? Think about your situation. Are you better off today, or were you better off 4 years ago? It's an interesting question. According to the New York Fed, who surveyed consumers, the number of people that are saying they are worse off today has gone to near a cycle high of 11%. 11% of Americans think they are substantially worse off today than 4 years ago. And in fact, as of today, only 3% of folks think they are better off today than 4 years ago. My suspicion, my guess is that my audience is not normal. I'm going to guess a lot more than 3% of you are better, significantly better off today. Why? Because we buy assets. We buy assets that cash flow. We get fixed rate debt. We let somebody else pay for it. We get the leveraged play on equity. I can't imagine, I simply can't imagine that only 3% of my audience is significantly worse off than 4 years ago. Just by, the comparison on the chart, let's go back to 2019. What happened in 2019? So again, in 2019, we are comparing ourselves to 2015, right? So it's always a 4-year comparison. In 2019, only 2% of America said they were worse off, significantly worse off, while 7% said that they were doing significantly better. What does this all mean? I think it means, folks, inflation. I think inflation has really hurt the American psyche. I think it has really hurt. Inflation hurts everyone. However, if you understand that inflation is a feature, not a bug, you have taken advantage of that. If you own multiple assets, your assets go up, but you're only impacted by gas or food one time. If you own multiple assets, the good of inflation outweighs the bad. We are getting further validation that the Chinese economy is cratering. Yes, folks, we are going to get some numbers from retailers. LVMH says that sales in China are down 16% and seemingly getting worse. Breitling CEO, fancy watchmaker, Breitling CEO says business is very, very bad in China. And you got to remember, folks, China started a huge bazooka stimulus with probably more coming. They've even given out free money, what we called stimmy checks. And again, when you break the psychology of consumers, it is not easy. It is not cheap to repair. Remember, the Chinese economy for a long, long time was built on the belief that real estate was the way to have a better financial future. It was the way to have a good retirement. And that is obviously blowing up in a spectacular way with debts and payments and all of these things. And that psychology won't be repaired easily or quickly. So again, this is something to watch, and we are seeing the ripple impacts, and we will continue to see the ripple impacts. If you go back and what I would do today if I owned a retailer, specifically a publicly traded retailer, is I would ask myself, how much business comes from China? And I would whack those expectations. Again, especially for a while. Very, very careful today. I do want to highlight this channel. We are, at last time I checked, 12 people. 12. That many. 12 people away from 63,000 subscribers. So if you can do me a favor, let's get us over 63,000. That would be great. Again, we are slowly marching towards 100,000. We usually add about 20 or 25 new subscribers a day. So thank you for all of you that joined. I appreciate each and every one of you. How about this for a crazy... Sometimes I read things and I'm like, are we really this stupid? Like, are we really this dumb? Illinois, the state of Illinois, is considering a 3% tax on millionaires. 3% tax on millionaires to solve the property tax problem. Folks, if you don't know, Illinois already has the second highest property tax in the country. And yet they're looking to raise more taxes by taxing the millionaires 3%. Folks, remember what happened in, where was it? What was that? What was the country? Norway or something we talked about 2 weeks ago, where they wanted to tax the billionaires. And guess what happened? The billionaires left. What do you think is going to happen in Illinois if you go out and you tax millionaires 3%? Now, of course, it won't happen to everyone. But last time I checked, millionaires have options. Millionaires have options, and they could move right across the border. They could go here, they could go there. This is capital can move. It could move. And then what are you left with? A problem. Remember when San Francisco 5-6 years ago created this CEO tax specifically aimed at punishing software companies? They left. It's wild that we don't learn these behaviors. I do want to shout out two new school members. Thank you for joining. Remember, school only costs 67 cents a day. 67 cents a day. I don't know why you are not in the school community. Being around almost 300 other amazing individuals for less than $1 a day. I don't know why you haven't joined already. Time to join. I want to shout out Andrew. In the span of 24 hours, Andrew has gone from a brand new member to level 3. Remember, if you are going to join school, there are 2 very, very valuable gifts, whatever you call it, courses that are only available if you interact with the community. So at level 2, you get the 6-hour creative financing, and at level 3, you get the $1,000 10-week boot camp, all for free, just by interacting, introducing yourself, commenting, posting. Again, Andrew, congrats to go to level 3 in less than 24 hours. Pretty amazing. And Max just joined this morning. He's already on his way to level 2. So again, join school, 67 cents a day. It's ridiculous. I don't know why you haven't. Let's move forward. How about Mary Daly? We got another Fed president speaking. If you don't know who she is the Fed president of San Francisco. What is she saying? Inflation is cooling and the job market is weakening. Rates are still restrictive. Continued expansion, aka soft landing, is still possible. I can't believe she said this. I see signs of the housing market coming back to life. And then lastly, room for the central bank to lower rates further. All this to say that, again, the Fed is still restrictive and they will be cutting going forward. I do think they are teeing up a November cut, although I am hearing more chatter about a pause, perhaps for the rest of the year, as Ed Yardeni had to say the other day. How about Bank of America? Bank of America can beat top line, bottom line. We already talked about that. But they gave a view of their home equity lines for Q3. Again, one of the concerns that I have had is that we are going to go start to treat our homes like ATMs. We're going to take money out and go do stupid things. Well, apparently, at least as it sits in Q3, the average FICO score was 791. But more importantly, the average LTV, or combined loan to value, was only 55%. So we are definitely not laddering up to max debt. We are definitely being a lot more conservative than previous runs. So that is encouraging. And then finally, somebody said, bummer, may send Zuber a reminder email. Uh-oh. I might have missed something. I don't know what that comment was from, so I apologize. Let me know what I missed. Send me an email, direct message. I don't have a team, guys. It's all me. If you get a response, it does come from me. If I miss something, I miss something. So again, if I don't know what that comment was from Ryan, so let me know what I missed, and I will tell you to take care of it. Let's do Gen Z. This is the final thought of the day. Gen Z. I am really, really encouraged by what I see as possible for Gen Z. Oh, I didn't send a golden ticket. Oh my gosh, shame on me. If I don't give you a shout out on this channel within 48 hours, let me know, and I will take care of that. So yes, I need your address. So sometimes people send me notes without addresses. So let me know. So again, send me another note. I apologize. We're all good. So back to Gen Z. I really think Gen Z has a chance, if they got their head on right, to be the next great generation. Why do I say that? Well, first and foremost, I think Gen Z is going to be the first generation that doesn't default to going to college. If you are part of Gen X like me, you were a loser if you didn't go to college. I believe the millennials probably had the same mindset. College good, no college bad. I believe that Gen Z is waking up to the fact that college debt with no plan and a useless degree is stupid. Not only is it a waste of 4 years, but it is a waste of hundreds of thousands of dollars. And more importantly, that student loan debt around your neck sucks and really limits going forward. So I think Gen Z, if they have their mind right, will not just directly go to college. If they go to college, they'll have a plan. They'll have a return on investment. It'll be fiscally responsible. But if they don't, they just won't go to college, or maybe they'll go to junior college like I did, which is far, far cheaper. Number two, I believe that, again, that Gen Z has a remarkable opportunity to take advantage of a huge, huge, huge gap in our economy. Where's the Audi? I don't know what that means. Oh, audio. I don't know what that means. Looks like audio is good. So again, so what do they have? They have an easy transition to the trades, painting, electrical, plumbing, things of that nature. Wall Street Journal just wrote a great article about that over the weekend. Also, the Gen Z is being told about house hack. How about what the lumberjack landlord talks about? 4, 3, 2, 1. House hack a fourplex, then a triplex, then a duplex, and then, and only then, get your single family home. That is a beautiful strategy. If you start doing that at 20, you could have 9 rentals and have a single family home by the time you're 30. On top of that, Gen Z is very comfortable with these mobile devices. Can you think of a better way than start to learn a trade than documenting the process? Create a YouTube channel, whatever you're comfortable with, Instagram, I don't care. But document, hey, I'm an entry-level plumber or electrician or whatever, and this is what I'm doing, and blah, blah, blah. Think about that. On your way from your 18th birthday to your 30th birthday, you'll own 9 rentals, a single-family home. You'll have no college debt. You'll probably be making 6 figures by the time you're 24 or 25. You'll have a brand that you can monetize in lots of different ways. I just see the Gen Z, if they get their mind right and they don't fall for the crap of go to college, get a degree, blah, 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 that they could dump the student debt. They could jump into the trades. It'll just, and we already know that baby boomers are retiring. Gen X didn't want the trades. Millennials don't want the trades. It is sitting there, right there for Gen Z. Wow, pretty amazing stuff. Alrighty, folks. And lastly, if you are a part of school, good news. I just put on the calendar, Monday morning, 8 a.m. I will be going live inside school, just do another live Q&A. I try to do these things once a month. Just to stay in contact. You can ask me any and all questions. We can talk economy. We can talk, whatever you want to talk about. I will be there for you. 8 a.m. Monday will be recorded. I will post it later in case you can't make it. Folks, at the end of the day, we got one more person to congratulate. We do have somebody, Matthew. Matthew just got his 11th property. So Matthew, congratulations. Your card will be going out. But Matthew, you got to send me your address. I need your address, man. I sent you an email today, so I need your address in order to mail it. Again, I apologize for whoever I missed the golden ticket. Please send me a note. We will rectify that today. And again, join school, 67 cents a day to be a part of the community. Interact, get to level 2 for creative financing, level 3 for a $1,000 boot camp. And I'll talk to you on Monday where we will be going live. Later.